So this is just another video of me playing a game of pool against myself and talking through in real time the shots as I go, trying to explain my sort of thought process and why I'm going about things the way I am. When I play a game against myself, I'm trying to sort of get that confidence of being able to clear the table in one visit. So I'm being quite aggressive with this and sometimes potentially going for clearances that I might not do in a match. I might sort of play safe or tie things up a little bit if I don't think the clearance is on when I'm playing a game. But I'm trying here not to do that. Playing safely against yourself is a bit sort of difficult anyway. So we'll see what happens. So potted balls off the break. I'm playing international rules, so you still need to pot a ball to claim that colour set. And as always, have a look around and see whether there's anything difficult. Now, these balls are spread really nicely, and there's not really any problem. You've got all the yellows at this end, apart from one hanging over the pocket, and all the reds here. So not too much to worry about in terms of difficult balls. One thing it is worth mentioning is often people will just look at the two colours. Remember to include the black. So if you're looking at the reds, think of the reds and the black. So if I put all of these reds and I'm on the black and all the yellows are still where they are at the moment, then actually the black is a little bit tied up. It doesn't go to that pocket. Doesn't go to that pocket, doesn't go to that pocket. So it goes to the middle of one of the, or this pocket. If I'm yellows, if I take the yellows, then the black's going to be nice and open to finish. Also, with that yellow being here and all the reds at this end of the table, that's taking one pocket out of action for all of these red balls. So because of where the balls are, I'm going to take the yellows first. Now, quite often in a game, if I've got a ball over a pocket like that, I know in international rules it's easy for your opponent to clear it, but I might leave it there because it can make things difficult for the reds and because I've got a sort of a get out of jail free card should anything go wrong. But all of my balls are at this end of the table, so I really want to be down here. That's where I want my focus to be. So I would potentially take that earlier so I can concentrate on this end of the table. Having said that, the position I'm in at the moment, it's not the best angle to get from that ball down to these balls. I'd like to be able to take it because I want to make sure of the yellows. It's just a case of getting from that ball down to this end of the table. Let's take it to make sure, because it's tight in that jaw there. It's a little bit tricky to get great position off that anyway. So while I'm fairly straight on this and in a position where I can cue nicely, I know that I can screw back over this direction. Now, I'm not guaranteed of where it's going to go, but I've still got these two balls which should give me quite a lot of safety in terms of being able to get the next pot or even this one to the middle if we come a long way. So let's take it now so we can get down to that end of the table. Screw back from it. Now I'm going to screw back. I'm going to hit it slightly towards this side so that we're screwing back in this direction rather than coming straight back where I am now. Okay, so now we're down at this end of the table and we can really focus on how we go about clearing these balls up here. So these two balls sort of need to come to this corner or over to here really. We could get up behind one of them off this ball here. So let's do that straight away. So let's put this one to the corner. A tangent line brings us into this cushion here and back out. So if we just come, if we screw back just a touch, so a little bit wider off this cushion and back over here. Hopefully we get ourselves a nice angle on this ball here, but we've also got this ball to the middle if we don't quite get the best angle there. So, bit of chalk on the cue. So not too hard, we don't want to come too high. Come up nicely there. Now, taking this ball down here, the tangent line is sort of heading over this way. So we don't want to end up too close to this ball over here. We've got a couple of options. We either try and just play it really gently and hardly travel very much and sort of leave ourselves about here, and then we can pop that ball to the corner and travel back round this way. Or we can play it a bit firmer and sort of stunt across and into the cushion and back out into this space. Or we could try and swing round behind this ball. We've got several sort of options here, so it's really about how you prefer to play it. So I think I'm just going to drop this in. There's less chance of anything going wrong. Just drop the ball in and not have the cue ball travel very far. It's always best, the less distance the cue ball is travelling, the easier it is to predict where it's going to end up. Okay, so we're not trying to do anything flash there. Now we can take this ball to the corner here, come into this cushion and back over here, and we should be coming back between these two balls. So if we come up a bit short, we should have this ball to the middle. If we come over here, we'll have this ball this way. What we don't want to do is go too far. I mean, we could come all the way over here and have this yellow back over there, but we don't want to come too far. Now, because we're hitting it quite fine, we are going to be travelling quite quick, so we've got to be quite careful with the pace here. Because we're hitting it soft, allow for a little bit of throw as well. We're hitting the ball at an angle. So I'm just going to aim slightly more towards that jaw. Okay, and we've come through that gap between the balls. And then it's, you've got to look at these three together really here. So if we take the yellow here, we're going to be heading this direction, which is not really where we want to be on this yellow. We don't want to have a fine cut on this yellow, because then holding for the black is very difficult. Yes, we could play it in there with some side and try and sort of come back straight, but that makes the pot more difficult. If we take this yellow, we are naturally going to run into the black. And if we run into the black, we're going to be stopping pretty much where the black is, which leaves us a nice shot on this yellow. In terms of the black, we're going to be knocking it towards that pocket, which is not really a problem. Don't want to knock it onto the cushion, hopefully too much. So don't do anything too hard here, so we're just hitting low on the cue ball, so we just come back a little bit into that black ball. Making sure that we're not shoving that black ball right over into the cushion or anything. Left ourselves nicely on the yellow. Now, from there, we're just below the yellow, so our tangent line's actually going up the table. We don't want to travel up the table. There's far too much traffic in the way to risk doing that. So we don't want to be going in. We could just roll it in very gently and end up around here, and then we've got a shot on the black back to this corner, but it's a bit of a cut. Or we screw back from that over into this direction, leaving us on the black this way. Now we've got more chance of being straighter with that, but we've got to judge the pace of the screw back. But as long as we, if we screw back to around here, we're okay. And we've got all the way back to here and we're probably still okay. So there's quite a good margin of error there. Look nice and close to the pocket, so the pot is fairly easy, and we're just trying to judge the amount of screw back. Got that nicely, almost straight. So we haven't got to worry about the cue ball on the black. And then we can just roll the black into the corner pocket. A little bit awkward bridging over the red, so just make sure we're not making any contact there. Nice stable bridge before we take the shot. And complete the clearance. Just a quick shout out to our sponsors, Table Time Sports. They're an online retailer selling pool cues, balls, accessories and pool tables. There's a link to their website above, and if you purchase anything, as a Pool School viewer, you'll grab an extra 5% off all purchases along with free delivery. And all you need to do is enter the code POOLSCHOOL5 in the discount section. If you want to see more practice routines and pool tutorials, then please remember to subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the equipment I use in this video, then there are links in the description below.